Hi guys, Gareth from Social Food Project again here. I just want to show you the home unit that I've had here. It's been probably about just over a year since I had it. I had lots of fun growing lots of microgreens, but I have also been experimenting because this is an ideas forum. And what I've kind of come up with is a cool way to propagate plants as well as grow microgreens at the same time. So I have been doing some spider plants, and look at the roots on that. That's only been about 3 or 4 weeks and it's gone outrageous. It's an absolute delight. Also, look at that from a monstera. That's only been in there for a couple of weeks as well with one single leaf, and it's gone outrageous. So yeah, I just want to show you can have lots more fun with this unit as well as growing microgreens.
So Gareth has shown us how we can use our aquaponic systems to propagate plants. Now that's pretty cool. It's definitely one of the extra little benefits that we can get from our systems. And today I'm now going to show you how you can do the same at home using my own resilience growing kit. Yes, in fact, I do have a kit. I got very excited watching everyone participate in the program and I wanted to join in on the fun. So I have my kit here set up and I'm going to show you how you can propagate plants. So what is propagation? It's quite simple. You're essentially making a clone of a plant by taking a cutting from it and allowing it to grow new roots. That new cutting can then be planted out into soil, or you can leave it in the water vessel in which you propagate it in. It's a really easy and cheap way of replicating your houseplants. And if you get really into propagation, before you know it, you'll be surrounded by baby plants everywhere in your house. So many plants are able to be propagated in water. Spider plants and monsteras are 2 varieties, like Gareth showed in the previous video, and succulents as well are also able to be grown in water. The variety that I'm going to show you today, though, is known as devil's ivy. Devil's ivy is a great houseplant. It looks beautiful. It grows into these long vines, and it's a really great plant for propagation. It also goes really well in our system for 3 reasons. First, it can actually stay growing in the water indefinitely. If you decide that you don't want to repot your cutting, you can leave it in the system and it will add extra greenery and just keep growing out of the tank in a really beautiful way. Which leads to the second benefit. As devil's ivy is a kind of vine growing plant, as it grows from the system, you can wrap it around your light arm and that will look really awesome. It will just add an extra layer of greenery to your setup and just kind of make the whole thing even more natural and ecosystem-like. And the third benefit of propagating in the system is that if you do leave the plant in there, it just continues to add to the biofiltration of this system. We actually use these in our larger farm walls. We have them sitting on top and they assist with the biofiltration of the system, which increases the yield of the plants, increases the happiness of the fish and the effectiveness of the ecosystem overall. All right, so here we are with our devil's ivy. To propagate this plant, there's only 2 steps really. First, we make our cuttings, and second, we add them to the tank. Couldn't be simpler. But there's just one thing to keep in mind when we're making our cuttings. Devil's ivy, like many plants, has little nodes growing up the main stem. These are where the roots are most likely to grow out from when you make a cutting. So it's important that we leave a node at the base of each cutting that we make. To do that, we just cut on either side. So for this plant here, I'm going to be able to make 2 cuttings. I'm going to cut here and I'm going to cut here. That's going to leave 2 cuttings, each with their own node, and then I'm going to be able to put that straight into the tank. To make your cuttings, you will need a pair of scissors. Now I'm going to make my first cut at the base of the stem here. You can see the node just there. So that's where the roots are most likely to grow from, but I also want to leave a little bit of stem to help weigh it down in the tank. So I'm just going to cut that there. Well, that's 1. All right, so I did say I was going to make 2 cuttings, but I changed my mind. I'm going to leave this one just so that this plant can keep growing. But I have here my first cutting, which I'm going to put into the tank. So it's got a pretty short stem, but it does have that little node. So this is going to grow perfectly over the next couple of months. So now I need to add it to the tank. Now, if the stem was a bit longer, I could just put it straight in there and it would be long enough to dip down into the water. However, because it's not, I'm going to have to rig up another little system to hold the plant in place. Get that succulent out of here. All right, so we need to get our cutting into the tank. Now, because this one's quite small and it doesn't have a very long stem, we need to put it in a way so that it doesn't fall in. We can't have the whole thing falling in and the leaves submerged in the water because they might then start to break down. But we also don't want it perched delicately and then falling out without us noticing. So what I've done is I've used this little cable tie thingy that comes with around electrical cable or around your heater cable. It might have come in your heater cable or the pump cable. It's just bendy, and I've made it into this little hanging hook. But this is kind of just a quick little hacky way of being able to make sure that the plant is going to stay dangling in the water. Now with that, you can just put that into the tank, hook the little thing onto the side, and wow, look at that. Perfect. Cool. And that's it. That's how you propagate devil's ivy in your system at home. Like I said, you can do this with other plants, but the cool thing about devil's ivy is as it grows, you can wrap it around the light arm for quite a cool looking appearance. That's all for this video. Thanks heaps. Looking forward to seeing you try this at home. If you do end up doing this, please post a photo into the Facebook Resilience group. We'd love to see it. And until next time, see you later.